All right, welcome back to WMAC Now with your host Chuck Stevenson, coming at you tonight with another fight review. So we're going to Singapore for ONE Championship, ONE X, the 10th anniversary show. We're going to the ONE Atomweight division. Seo Hee Ham coming in at 24-8, taking on Denice Zamboanga, coming in at 8-1. Now this is a rematch from ONE Empower back in September of last year. Ham won the first fight by very contentious split decision, and both fighters were looking to come in here and leave all doubt behind them in this one, and it made for a good fight. If I'm being honest, made for a very good fight. Both came out looking to slug it out a little bit, and both fighters came out to enforce their will. So let's get into the bout itself. So first round, comes across the cage. Both start swinging heavy leather early. Ham hits a left hand. Denice shoots, but is denied by Ham. And there's a clash of heads as Denice comes back up. So the referee stops the fight. There's a break as Ham seems a little hurt by the clash of heads. Eventually, they resume the fight. Ham says she's okay to continue on. So the fight resumes, both swinging again. Denice starts working some round kicks, like roundhouse style kicks to the body. Ham backs her up, and Denice circles away. Both are still landing with the hands. Denice single leg gets Ham down to half guard. A nice takedown there by Denice. Denice tries to pass and use heavy pressure, and then some little strikes from the bottom by Ham. Denice works the body, decides to stand up over Ham, looks to throw some hands from up high, looking to pass, but then goes back down into half guard. Denice tried to stand again over Ham. Ham rolls backwards real quick near the cage and gets up, stands up. Denice immediately locks on a clinch, but Ham gets a body lock trip takedown. Really use of the body lock trip by Ham there. Denice throws up the high guard as Ham stacks, and Ham lands some elbows towards the end of the round there. So good back and forth action in the first round there. Second round, Denice throws a kick as she circles, or Denice throws kicks, plural, as she circles. Ham's loading the left hand up. Ham backs her up. They exchange, and Denice manages to circle out. Denice shoots for a takedown. Double leg this time, but Ham reverses it. Really nice use of her hips there. Reverses the takedown. Gets to half guard. Denice starts throwing heel kicks to the thighs and the butt of Ham. They slowly inch towards the fence, and that's when Ham, starts landing ground and pound. Denice starts to turn away from Ham. Ham's still in the half guard. Denice starts to turn away, and Ham starts working the head and the body as well. Nice body work there. Denice manages to get back to guard. Tries to push Ham off with her legs, but Ham gets right back in there and stays tight. Both land some small strikes against each other, but Ham, she stays tight, keeps that pressure on Denice to end the round. So good, really strong round for Ham after the second round. Third round, they show him in the corner, and both are showing some facial damage. Denice has a big mouse by her right eye. So they come out. They start exchanging hands. Denice shoots, but Ham stuffs it and knees her. But Denice keeps the momentum going and clinches against the fence. They start exchanging knees. Ham reverses position, gets on the outside, and both land as they break the clinch. Ham throws a double left Ham doubles up the left hand, and then this big mistake by her, or could have been critical. After she doubles up that left hand, she throws a spinning back fist that allows Denice to get her back. But Ham manages to spin around in a clinch, keeps double underhooks, gets a body lock, and gets another trip takedown to Denice's half guard again. Punches by Ham as she tries to pass, but Denice did good job on bottom there. You know, she managed to keep the half guard and then eventually regained full guard. Denice throws up the high guard, then a figure 4 from bottom, which there's no point in throwing. There's no reason to throw a figure 4 from bottom ever, in my personal opinion. Some more Ham ground and pound, and then Ham stacks her against the cage towards the end of the round as they both attack to finish the third and final round. So good action there towards the end from both fighters on the ground. So it goes to the judges, and the judges actually come back with the decision pretty fast this time. And all three award the winner by unanimous decision, Seo Hee Ham. So I thought this was a good fight. Now, it wasn't exactly non-stop action, but neither fighter was like stalling. Like both fighters were, you know, at least trying to, if not improve their positioning, they were still trying to land damage. There was no real stalling here from either fighter. You know, one thing I liked about this was that we got to see a part of Ham's game that's rarely utilized. I mean, she rarely goes for takedowns herself, and you know, we rarely get to see her too much utilizing top control. So we got to see, you know, just how good Ham's top game can be. One thing I liked from Denice, and I said that she needed to do it more in this fight, I said that in my preview, was that she needed to shoot from the outside. Last fight, she spent entirely too much time fighting for the takedowns against the fence and kept on getting denied the takedowns. I said she needed to shoot from the outside this time, and she definitely did that. Of course, 2 times it really cost her, or well, 1 time it really cost her, another time she got denied, but she definitely did better with the takedowns from the outside this time. And then Ham, talk about, you know, utilizing something I said they should in my preview of the fight. I said that Ham needed to use the underhooks in the clinch, and she definitely did that this time. Wasn't, you know, content to just let Denice control the underhooks of the clinch. If she didn't have them, Ham fought for them, or Ham made sure to get the underhooks as soon as the clinch was initiated. So really nice job there by Ham. So both fighters, you know, showed some improvement in their games this time. I really like the takedown reversals by Ham. Nice use of her hips there. Hips are everything in grappling. And, you know, I mentioned that, you know, this fight left no doubt, because honestly, the last fight, upon the first watching, I said, you know, this fight could go either way. But this time, I think both fighters went out there to make sure that there was no doubt, and it just was Ham again, the winner, and just showed a lot more improvement than Denice did. I mean, Ham wasn't, you know, as passive in this fight as she was in the first one. I think that's a big thing too, was that she was a lot more active, a lot more on the attack in this fight than she was in the first fight. So let's talk things to work on. So we'll start with Ham, the winner. You know, she almost paid with that spinning back fist. Almost paid dearly. You know, let Denice get her back. Granted, she was able to get out of it real quick, but still, you got to be careful throwing that. I'm generally against spinning stuff. I mean, it sometimes works, and when it works really well, but there are so many more occasions where it just doesn't pay off. And so many of those times when it doesn't pay off, it can cost you dearly. So I'm more of a fan of sticking to the basics, making the basics look good. Also, she needs to work harder to get up from bottom. So, you know, on the bottom in the first round, she was on the bottom a little bit and wasn't really working as hard to, you know, improve position or look for sweeps, stuff like that. For Zamboanga, she needs to drive hard on those takedowns. Like she shot for the takedowns from the outside, which I wanted her to do this time. She just didn't drive hard enough on them. Like when you're shooting takedowns from the outside, you gotta really drive on those penetration steps and just put everything into them. Also, she seemed yeah, Denice just did not seem used to fighting off of her back. You could tell maybe she's not put on her back too often in training. And when a fighter trains like that and doesn't get used to a certain thing, and then it happens to her in the fight, then she's kind of lost. And she kind of looked a little bit lost on her back. She wasn't really, working for better positioning. She wasn't really working for sweeps. She wasn't really looking to separate. She did try to separate at one point in the second round, with the pushed Ham off with her legs. But other than that, she just seemed too content on the bottom, which is never a good thing in a fight. You got to be either working to improve your position. You got to be attacking with submissions on the bottom. You got to be working for sweeps, working for separation, just everything. You got to be active on the bottom. So both fighters really need to work on that better. All right, so that's things to work on. Let's talk about fights to make. For Denice Zamboanga, so she's lost 2 in a row. She's still going to be in the top 5, but she needs a little bit of a step back without getting too much of a gimme fight. I think Jenna Lynn Olsen would be a good one. Jenna Lynn is coming off, I believe, a loss to Ritu Phogat last year. Let me check real quick. Yeah, so Jean was supposed to fight... Jenna Lynn was supposed to fight Jean Radzuin back in September and had to withdraw, February she's supposed to withdraw. So she hasn't fought since October when she dropped a decision to Ritu Phogat. I think Jenna Lynn Olsen's a decent fighter. I think that, she is would be a good bounce back fight for Zamboanga, because she's not going to be a walkover, but at the same time, she's not going to just absolutely steamroll Denice Zamboanga either. So that's a good confidence builder fight. Nothing that's a complete walkover, because that doesn't really help you too much. But we'll provide a good challenge to Denice Zamboanga and see if she's ready to get back in there. For Seo Hee Ham, well, there's really only one fight to make for her right now, and that's the title shot. Angela Lee. I mean, Ham's, I think she's earned it. She beat, when she beat Zamboanga the first time, Zamboanga was ranked number 1 in the rankings. And now that she's beat her again, and more decisively this time, got to give her the shot, because they were, who else is there for her to fight right now? Maybe Stamp. I mean, they could say, well, Ham versus Stamp for the next title shot, and that's if Angela Lee, wants to move up to strawweight and face Seong again. Personally, I'd like to see Ham get a shot. Do I think Ham wins that fight? I don't know. I honestly do not know, because I think she'll be at a serious size disadvantage against Lee, which would not be good for Ham. But Lee's never faced a fighter as good and experienced or with the credentials of Ham. So we'll have to see. But I think that's the fight to make, is Lee versus Ham for the title. Anyway, those are my thoughts on this bout. 1X Atomweight bout. Seo Hee Ham defeats Denice Zamboanga via unanimous decision. Let me know your thoughts on the fight in the comments down below. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Share it as well. Spread the word. And while you're at it, don't forget to subscribe to Wmma Scene Now, the best, most complete women's mixed martial arts dedicated platform on YouTube. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.